What is up with the YouTube? It is Mega Have One here, bringing you another Unite guide. I know it's been a hot minute, it's been quite a while since we've seen another one of these from me, but I've still been playing Unite. I'm still loving it, even though Mewtwo Y meta is trash. But I've been really enjoying Shadowclaw Aegislash, and I kind of want to bring a guide to how to play Aegislash. I really understand this character. I love how you have to burst in, burst out, and it's a lot of positioning and how to play the character. And I feel like a lot of why people don't play this character is because they feel like they don't understand the boosteds that well, or they're unsure about the positioning and how it moves you, and it just feels like sometimes you just explode and die and do nothing for you and your teammates. Is Aegislash very good in this meta? Not really, but a good Aegislash, can help out any team, especially if they pick that wide guard build to provide crowd control and stun and help out your teammates that hopefully, have picked decent or better Pokemon, be able to kind of capitalize on what you do and you have an impact in your match. Now, will you be putting up the greatest damage numbers, the greatest damage taken, the greatest damage given? Probably not, but you will have impact on the game for sure. So I'm going to be playing Shadowclaw Wide Guard. We're going to take a look at that moveset, how your early lane kind of looks like, what each move does, its effect, and then we're going to take a look at the held items and the emblem build. So let's go over to the practice arena.
Ready, go!
Alright, so where do you want to play Aegislash? What is the best way? What lane should you go middle? Where should you go with Aegislash? Well, Aegislash, the best thing you need is to get to level 7. Level 7 is where Aegislash really turns on once you actually evolve into Aegislash. Your Honedge and Doublade, they're kind of rough early game. Honestly, it's one of the more rougher early games as opposed to some of the other Pokemon that are in this game. Central area is really nice. However, you probably want to leave that for a different Pokemon. You have OK Secure with Shadow Sneak. You can what I like to do is just kind of tough it out in lane. If you have a good EXP share partner in lane, if you have a good lane partner, you might be able to get 7 before that first objective spawns at 7 minutes 30 seconds. So while central area is ideal, you want to give that to a different Pokemon that'll benefit more from the levels. You want to get to level 7 as best you can, and good Aegislash are able to do that in lane without too much of a problem. But you want to go with Shadow Sneak. Shadow Sneak is just kind of a quick dash. It has Secure, where that little AoE circle is at the end, and you get a boosted auto from it, making contact with a wild Pokemon or an enemy. We're going to go over the intricacies of the boosted autos after we cover each move, so we'll hold on to that for just a second. At level 3, we get Iron Defense. What Iron Defense was, it allows you to tank one hit, be it either an ability or just a basic attack from another Pokemon. So if we kind of trigger this ball toy here, we get hit up Iron Defense. We take no damage, and we gain 1 boosted auto off that attack. So we take a hit, doesn't do any damage to us, and we get a boosted auto. Just be careful. Some moves are multi-hit that don't look like multi-hit moves. So, for example, Squirtle's Water Gun, when he shoots it, that's just 1 burst damage, but Sobble has 3 ticks on his Water Gun. So you want to be careful. You will block that first attack on Sobble, but those next 2 critical hits, if he has his stuff stacked, will hit you hard. So just keep in mind early lane for that. Shadowclaw is a 3-swipe move, and that 3rd swipe is a pop-up. It hits enemies, knocks them up in the air. And if you hit a wild Pokemon or an enemy with any of the hits on it, you will get 1 boosted auto off of that. So be it the 1st strike, the 2nd strike, the 3rd strike, either way, you will gain 1 boosted auto off of that. Now, once we get to level 7, we get to Aegislash, is really where we start to kick on. Best thing to do is try to be Aegislash by 7:30. If not, still be there for your team, do your best, but level 7 is where you kind of come online, so to say. Now, your Shadowclaw is still the same, but now we have access to Wide Guard. What Wide Guard does, it provides Aegislash with a small shield. So we have that white bar there as a shield with Aegislash there. And it provides some stun and knock up to the enemy. So let's say we're close, we're in that kind of initial square on our move selection here. That first square, if an enemy is hit there, you get 1 boosted, and if they are in that outer range there, you will get another boosted, and they will also get stunned. They can get stunned by both hits. Now, just putting up Wide Guard, that gets you a boosted. But if you hit an enemy on that second one with that stun, you get another boosted auto. So that is important on getting your boosted, stacking them up. Aegislash is all about this boosted attack, which we'll go through in a second. But getting those boosted stacks up, wide guards helps out a lot with that. And that CC, that crowd control, those pop-up stun that you do, provides so much help for your team, especially when you dive into a fight. At level 9, we get the Coup de Grace, which is its Unite move name. It is just a big sword swing, very small and thin area of effect or a hitbox it has, so you want to be accurate as best you can. Now, if your opponent has less health, the more damage the Unite move will do. If your opponent is low, you kind of want to aim for low. If you do it at the beginning of a big battle, you're not going to get much out of your Unite move. Your Unite move also has a special property where if it gets a knockout, trying to find our Blissey here, if you knock out an opponent with your Unite move, you get 2 more boosted autos, or take out a wild Pokemon, anything like that. Notice how killing that, or KOing that Blissey and that Baltoy got me 2 boosted autos. So you want to kind of aim to KO with your Unite move. That is your goal. You want to kind of do that towards the end of the fight. Again, if you need that small shield, or if you need, you know, the Unite move buff, that's fine. But the best way to do it, when your enemies are low, it does more damage, and when you get the KO, you get 2 boosted autos as well. At level 11, we get Shadow Claw Plus. Not too much different with Shadow Claw Plus that you can see visually, but if you use Shadow Claw Plus, there is for 1 second, you get a 20% increase in your critical hit chance. So I believe at level 5, you have a 5% crit chance. At level 9, you get a 10% crit chance. So now you get an additional 20% crit chance for 1 second after you use Shadow Claw. And you'll see with our held item build that we will see in a second, you'll see why that is important. So with Shadow Claw Plus, you have a higher critical hit chance. At level 13, we get Wide Guard Plus. With Wide Guard Plus, we get a little bit bigger of a shield. And since I don't have the cooldowns on, we can't see, but you have 1 second less cooldown versus if you had normal Wide Guard, not Wide Guard Plus. So let's take a look at the intricacies of his boosted attack. I'm just going to reset down, get us back to 7. Okay, so Aegislash boosted attack. Remember how to get the boosters, hitting with Shadow Claw, hitting with Wide Guard. When you are in attack form, your boosted attack will go through your enemy and you'll end up behind them. A lot of this has to do with your positioning with Aegislash. You're going to Shadow Claw and kind of boost it back towards them. Now what I like to do is, before you jump into a team fight, getting your boosted attacks off wild Pokemon using Wide Guard, Shadow Claw on your way to a big team fight, that's a great way to do it. The best thing to do is to boost it auto in, behind the Baltoy, or behind the enemy, and you want to Wide Guard the other way. So hopefully, you're kind of making a pincer maneuver between you and the enemy team, or you and your team. Your goal is to kind of position yourself in a way where you are behind enemy lines and are able to still survive. You'll see how we can survive in a second, and also provide a bunch of stun and CC so the rest of your teammates can kind of capitalize on that. So you Shadow Claw boosted and Wide Guard the other way. If you have a bunch of boosted stacks up and a lot of you are pressuring, you can just kind of keep mashing that attack button. And again, at Shadow Claw Plus at level 11, you'll be able to excuse me, do even more damage, hopefully, because you have a higher crit chance. Now, when it comes to your boosteds and your different form, in attack form, Aegislash has 2 forms, shield form and attack form. To alternate between them, your Shadow Claw or Sacred Sword move puts you in attack mode, your Wide Guard Iron Head puts you in shield form. In attack form, you have faster movement, you have greater attack speed, and you do more damage. In shield mode, you have less movement speed, but you have more defense and special defense. Now, you can attack when you're in shield mode, and what does it do? Well, if you have damage taken and you have boosted autos in shield form, you will heal yourself. So sometimes it's best to dive in, Wide Guard, and start bashing your head with that shield. Now it looks silly, but you get healing, and hopefully that healing can help you survive that a little longer until your Shadow Claw comes back up. Now, If you don't have boosted and you take damage, you are not going to get any healing in shield form. Unfortunately, you need to have boosted autos to get that healing done. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is, see how your Shadow Claw is on a 3-second, 5-second cooldown? When you're in shield form and start boosted autoing, that cooldown decreases as well. So if you are attacking in shield form, you will decrease the cooldown on Sacred Sword or Shadow Claw. So sometimes it's best to Shadow Claw in, do some attacks, wide guard, bash your shield, so that way the Shadow Claw comes back faster, and you can go and then Shadow Claw pops people up again. So that is kind of the big intricacies of Aegislash. A lot of it is using your boosted autos in such a way where you can position yourself best behind enemy lines or maybe come out of it. Sometimes you're getting chased by an enemy, you can use a boosted auto off a wild Pokemon to run away. That has saved me, that has saved my life a few times. The other thing is with battle item, I really like Shedinja Doll. You can dive in, all your moves are waiting 2 seconds, you can Shedinja Doll, and you're able to wait for your moves to come back up. I think Full Heal is also a good use on this Pokemon as well. And now, let's go look at held items and emblems. Here's the item set that I'm going to be using for this video for our Aegislash Shadow Claw Wide Guard build. Weakness policy, because you're going to be diving in and using Wide Guard to, CC the team, there's going to be attacks from the enemy backline coming in at you. Now, the weakness policy is a 3% attack buff, and you can stack that up to 4 times. So you're going to be getting hit, but while you're getting hit and that wide guard stacking your boosted auto, you're going to be doing more damage. When you can eventually Shadow Claw and come out, you'll be doing even more. And that weakness policy gives you a little bit more HP, so you can hopefully last a little longer. Focus Band, you can recover 14% of your HP once you get below 25 seconds, or 25% for 3 whole seconds. So you can kind of shield bash. Your shield bash will do more healing to you if you're running low. Again, that focus band, once it procs, you're able to and eventually have that wide guard to eventually heal yourself in shield form. You can get more use out of that focus band. I have seen some Aegislash run this in potion to, kind of get it best healing more, but I think Shedinja Doll, in my opinion, is like one of the best items for Aegislash to use right now. And this last item can vary. You can use Muscle Band if you want. I like Scope Lens because at Shadow Claw Plus, once you get that 20% crit chance increase for that 1 second, you can also have an increased crit chance of 6% with a fully leveled out Scope Lens. That'll help you during even the level 5 Doublade phase, as well as sometimes even the Haunage phase as well. This kind of just increases your chances of getting more critical hits. It also makes it so that your damage when dealing crits does even more. Rolling over to boost emblems, this is pretty good for any attacker, any physical attacker. The boost emblem I have here, it may not be the best, it just depends on the emblem you have because we get them randomly through the little machine there. So there's another 3.7% crit rate added because of the emblems, but also stacking 6 white emblems gets you more HP, and 6 brown gets you more attack, and the blue just here for a little more defense as well. But that 3.7% chance crit rate on the emblems kind of helps you even more to make sure that after you Shadow Claw, you can be in attack form and do some more boosted autos that will do more damage when you're diving in. So let's go ahead and roll into some games and take a look. Hopefully I'm able to demonstrate this the best that I can. Headed in this game, we do not have a defender, we don't have a supporter, we have a Zero Aura, and pretty fragile Pokemon going against Blaziken, Mewtwo-Y. This is Blaziken release day, I'm recording this, so I expect to see a lot of them, especially this coming weekend once it becomes available with coins. But we are just playing. There's that secure with Shadow Sneak there, that helps a lot. And again, like I said, getting level 7 is pretty crucial for Aegislash, but don't be too greedy. Don't kind of starve the other teammate you have. You will eventually get there. Don't lose your cool. Kind of stay as best you can. I believe our Zero got that, or maybe the other Espeon did. But your boosted autos don't go away. They'll stay there for a while. I don't think they'll ever disappear. Unlike other characters, you have to kind of keep charging them if you're sitting in a bush or something like that. Aegislash's boosters will always stick around. So So we got 850 birds that shows up here. We're gonna just kind of see what happens. From the iron defense here, I'm able to take whatever may get thrown at me. I'm most likely dead here. I will Shedinja Doll, wait for my moves to come back. Iron defense. Nice. We're out of there. Yeah, that Shedinja Doll can be really helpful when it comes to waiting for your cooldown to come back up for your Shadow Sneak Dash, the Iron Defense boost you have, which is nice. Now we're level 5, we have Shadow Claw. So we're able to get that pop-up, have a little bit more secure as opposed to our Shadow Sneak. There we go. We don't have that increased crit chance just yet. That comes at Shadow Claw Plus at level 11. Right, and I just got dived on. 8 minutes, this middle farm appears. Our team was not there, unfortunately, and they already broke bottom goal. Okay. I mean, I feel like they're a more all-around balanced team. They do have a Sableye, which will sus to pick. Everyone is in the top path, I guess. Okay, we got the Mewtwo, that's good. Right, the feint attacks from Sableye, the fake poopies, you know, fake score points. I mean, I'd much rather get bottom objective because we get universal experience across the whole team, but I guess since we're all up here, we might as well just stay up here. That is the one thing that, you know. Oh! Woo! Mewtwo. Oh, damage. Sometimes you have to play to the players, you know. Play as best you can with them. Okay. That was kind of just trying to make it a quintet there, made it a little more harder for them, but that overheat Blaziken does a lot of damage. Our Glaceon was not down there, they were farming, which I guess it's okay. Not ideal, but I mean, since our bottom goal is already gone. That Sableye kind of dove in. They got the bottom objective, they got top, but don't get too discouraged, you know. We can farm, we get the comeback experience. Whenever your first goal dies, or gets broken, you get that comeback experience, which is okay. You still have a chance. Still a lot more game to be had. Boosted autos in 2 seconds until our Shadow Claw's back. Looks like they might be retreating. I'm just gonna back up. If I got the pop-up from the Shadow Claw, that would have been really good. But I didn't, unfortunately. Just okay. We'll take into our Unite move. We got our Coup de Grace. But we're just going to keep farming. We don't want to push yet. We're not really grouped together. But yeah, Mewtwo trying to score here. There, our Mewtwo Y. We just kind of want to back away, let him do his thing. It's really how you approach that. You want to wait for his, you know, meter to go down.
Don't give up.
Okay, our team's here. There we go. Missed the Unite move, but it wouldn't have killed, so we wouldn't have got those boosted autos anyway, which is fine. We can just farm pick up again. What's important is we got the kill on the Mewtwo, which is a lot of catch-up experience for us. Okay, as he just united in. Woo! I did not see that Mewtwo coming in. Yeah. As who's popping off. So, I'd rather go for bottom objective, but our kind of team is scattered around all over the place, so Try to at least go for one. Take damage in the shield form instead of our actual health. Now let's get that shield back. There's that boosted. Kind of positioning myself around him so I'm able to wide guard him towards our teammates. Not sure if the Leafeon perished. I don't know yet. Okay, there goes the Sableye. I'll do my best to zone out Leafeon if he comes up here. There they are. Yeah, just kind of back him away. We really should just be attacking Wild Pokemon. They got the bottom objective. At least the top one forces them to stop it, and then they could very well let it go in. Which would be a big brain bait, I guess. But we're just going to focus on farming, getting the levels, because we were losing that level lead for a while, but that's what this catch-up experience is here for. There's that increased crit chance. Now we have Shadow Claw Plus, which is nice. Nice. I'm not sure how that didn't send me back to base, because when you're facing that Sableye Unite move, you get sent back to base. Maybe because I was caught on the edge of it? Very weird, but there's a push down here. Nice. That's good for us. So shielding there puts me in shield form, taking less damage while going into a fight, and it also gives me a shield boosted auto for me to stack those up as well as we approach this final fight. Kind of watch out because you shouldn't engage too much there. Sableye's trying to be annoying. They might throw poopies in this bush here. Teammate's just trying to scare it and hit it. There's Mewtwo. We don't have really a defender to lead the charge. Big Unite move. Alright, they got the Blaziken. Nice. Just gotta watch out for Sableye. He's up there. Nice, we got it. Okay. Yeah, Zoomro should score, but I think I have max. There's that shield. Woo! Yeah, right there is the knowing when to go in and out of shield form and popping that Shedinjadal. Well, it really doesn't matter too much, seeing it was the final part of the fight and the big fight was over. That is a good example of how knowing when to go in and out of shield form, knowing when to shield bash to reduce that cooldown on Shadow Claw really pops off there. Just 2v1 them on their pad. I guess the pad broke, but you're able to succeed really well with Aegislash, knowing about your boosted autos and how they work going in and out of shield form. Shouldn't ruin the game for us. We should still be in the lead. That goal-getter Sableye. So.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That was very close. That tip of that Glaceon Unite move made it so Espeon couldn't score that 24, which would have been 48 points. Whoo! I don't know where Glaceon was headed, but that would have sealed the deal. That would have been actually what 48 would have been 5-0. That would wow, that would have been super close there. That would have been won by 1 point. But yeah, so that's a good example of Aegislash, especially right at the end there, going in shield out of shield, getting shield bashing to heal your health. Not only that, you're getting that Shadow Claw cooldown back, so you're able to Shadow Claw again. But yeah, Aegislash, you're not doing insane amount of damage every game. You're just trying to be there for your team, knowing when to wide guard in. Yeah, so that's a good game with Aegislash. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. It's kind of my first time doing an extensive guide like this, so if you like it, please like, comment, I really appreciate it on my videos. It gives me that motivation to keep doing it. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping in. I really appreciate it. And if you have any more questions or if there's any corrections you want to make for my Unite guide, please let me know. I'd like to get the more accurate stuff in the future. And if you want to see more of these extensive guides instead of just in-game, let me know.